The Rolex Illusion: How Scarcity Was Weaponized. Walking into a Rolex authorized dealer in 2026 is a surreal experience. It is perhaps the only retail environment on Earth where the shelves are intentionally empty, yet the business is more profitable than ever. You see the watch you want, a stainless steel Submariner. It's sitting right there behind the glass. You have the $10,000 in your pocket, but when you ask to buy it, the salesperson gives you a practiced, sympathetic smile. That's an exhibition piece, they tell you, not for sale. They offer to put your name on a list that, for many, is a black hole where dreams of horology go to die. But here is the breach in the system. If you walk 2 blocks away to a grey market dealer, that exact same watch is sitting in a window. It's brand new, it's unworn, and it's $22,000. How does a sold out watch bypass the manufacturer, bypass the wait list, and end up on the street for double the price? Today, we are breaching the Rolex scarcity hack, the engineered system where the brand, the dealers, and the shadow market created a loop that prices out the customer and rewards the gatekeepers. To understand the breach, you have to understand the relationship. Rolex doesn't sell watches to people. They sell allocations to authorised dealers, or ADs. Because demand is 10 times higher than supply, the AD now holds the ultimate power. They have replaced the first-come, first-served model with a pay-to-play hierarchy. It is an open secret in the industry that to be allowed to buy a $10,000 steel sports watch, you often have to build a purchase history. This isn't just about loyalty, it's a financial barrier. Dealers will frequently suggest that your chances of getting the call for a Rolex improve significantly if you spend $20,000 or $30,000 on high-margin jewellery or slow-moving brands that the dealer is struggling to flip. You aren't buying a watch, you're buying the right to buy a watch. This creates a system glitch where the MSRP, the manufacturer's suggested retail price, becomes a complete fiction. If you have to spend $40,000 to get a $10,000 watch, the real price of that watch is $50,000. Rolex maintains its image of attainable luxury by keeping the retail price low, while the dealers extract the true market value through forced bundling. But the relationship goes deeper than just jewellery. To get the Rolex you want, you are often forced to buy the Rolex you don't want. Enter Tudor, Rolex's sibling brand. While Tudor makes world-class watches, they don't have the same investment hype. Dealers are often sitting on stacks of Tudor inventory they can't move. The breach here is the bundle requirement. High-end ADs have been known to tell customers, I can get you that GMT Master 2, but only if you buy 2 Tudor Black Bays today. You are essentially paying a $8,000 bribe in the form of unwanted watches just to move up the digital queue. This isn't just retail, it's a forced liquidation of secondary stock onto the consumer. But the system goes deeper than just bundling. The most controversial part of the Rolex ecosystem is the back door. In 2021, a legal breach occurred that sent shockwaves through the industry. A former employee of CD Peacock, a major Chicago-based Rolex dealer, filed a lawsuit alleging a massive racketeering scheme. The allegation? Management wasn't just selling to loyal customers. They were allegedly overseeing a scheme to divert high-demand watches, Submariners and Daytonas, straight to grey market resellers. These flippers would pay a premium to the dealer under the table, and the dealer would record a fake sale to a legitimate-sounding customer. The watch would never hit the showroom floor. It went from the shipping crate to the grey market overnight. While that specific lawsuit was eventually dismissed, the evidence it brought to light confirmed the community's worst fears. The waitlist is often a mirage. In a system where a dealer can make a $5,000 profit selling to you, or a $15,000 profit selling to a grey market middleman, the system is incentivised to ignore the loyal fan. If the waitlist isn't for you, then who is it for? It's for the whales. These are high net worth individuals who spend 6 figures a year at a single boutique. In the Rolex ecosystem, these whales act as the primary breach points. Because they have god-tier status with the dealer, they get every hot release the moment it arrives. But here's the glitch. Many of these whales don't even want the watches. They buy them at retail, $10,000, walk across the street and sell them to a grey market dealer for $18,000. By the time you've even finished your expression of interest form at the boutique, your watch has already been flipped for an 80% profit by someone who never intended to wear it. The system isn't broken. It's working perfectly for everyone except the person who actually wants a watch. For decades, Rolex watched from the sidelines as grey market dealers made billions on the secondary market. In 2022, they decided to breach that market themselves with the Certified Pre-Owned (CPO) program. At first glance, it looks like a win for the consumer, a guaranteed authentic watch with a new warranty. But look closer at the numbers. Rolex CPO watches are often priced 20% to 40% above the price of a brand new watch. It is a brilliant, ruthless move. Rolex is essentially validating the grey market prices. By allowing their dealers to sell a used watch for $18,000 while the new version sits in the same store for $10,000 but is never in stock, they have created a permanent state of scarcity. They aren't trying to lower prices to earth, they are trying to own the sky. This move, combined with Rolex's 2023 acquisition of Buchra, the world's largest watch retailer, means Rolex is no longer just a manufacturer. They are now the world's biggest watch dealer. They now control the supply, the retail, and the second-hand market. The system is now a closed loop. Rolex produces roughly 1 million watches a year. That sounds like a lot, but in a world with 60 million millionaires, it's a drop in the bucket. However, the scarcity we see today isn't just a result of production limits. It's a result of a system that has been hacked at every level. From dealers forcing bundles to the CPO program making used watches the new standard, the system breach here is clear. Rolex has successfully decoupled their products from their prices. You are no longer paying for steel and gears, you are paying for access to a closed club. The question for you is the watch on your wrist worth the game you had to play to get it? Or is the most impressive part of a Rolex no longer the movement inside, but the fact that you managed to breach the system at all? This is System Breach. If you want to see how we expose the next corporate glitch, hit subscribe.